What is going on, Bare Handians? It is your host, Bare Hands, bringing you a Clash Royale video, and today I am really excited. I have been trying to win the Grand Challenge for most of the night, and I was successful, and I was using a deck that, give credit where credit is due. I was watching Phone Cats play with this deck, and he did really well, and then I didn't plan on using it because my bowler was level too low for tournament standard, and also my Mega Minion, which I'm really looking forward to using, but I only had at level 6 as well, and so didn't want to use under-leveled cards. But as I was playing Grand Challenges, I started getting destroyed by this deck, and it is just so incredibly powerful. I mean, I've never played a deck where at times I'm playing into the poison spell and still overpowering their tower and crushing everything for the 3 crown. And it's just really exciting. Let's just take a quick look over at the deck. We've got the 2 spells, the poison and the zap, of course. Then we've got the pump, so I could play back on defense to kind of build things up. I've got the giant, which, I mean, it's the giant. You know, it's the giant. The bowler, which I've never really been all that successful with, but after having watched it been played quite a bit, it is incredible. The musketeer, which is amazing. The Mega Minion, which, believe it or not, is amazing. And then the Ice Spirit, which is by far the most amazing 1 elixir card I have in the deck. Just great. So all the cards are pretty amazing. The challenge takes a very long time. It was 12 battles. I won 12 out of 14 games, meaning if I had lost one more, I would have lost the challenge. We finally got our 12 wins. I say finally. It took me, what, five Grand Challenges to get the thing? Alright, we're going to jump into this game against Richie Pro 123. And I'm going to tell you, this guy never gives up. But he is running a pretty classic miner deck with the guards. This same deck was giving me some trouble when I was trying my miner deck. It just feels like it's constantly miners back and forth, tons of technical plays, trying to out-miner the person, that spidery underground sound all the time. You don't know, it's just too much going on. So I've switched over to this deck, and I just find myself powering through things. People throw up the fence, and I just power through them so amazingly. In this instance, he ends up defending pretty well, but when it comes down to it, I'm just able to defend and cause these slow-moving troops to just watch. It's incredible. Anyways, I get my giant down to tank for these slow-moving glass cannons that you have in the deck. And then if you end up with enough elixir, you can throw down your poison spell. Am I going to throw down my poison spell? Nope. I know that probably best to just hold off and not throw down the poison spell yet. If I'm smart, I'm going to throw down my elixir pump here. And I throw down my elixir pump there in the back. And just kind of hanging back at this point, I could spend the rest of the game only defending and throwing down 2 more poison spells on his left tower and winning. And you have to keep that in mind. Playing defensive in, like, tournament standard games is really important because the overtime is 3 minutes long. So you're not really going to draw. I don't know how many draws happen in tournament standard, but the overtime is so long that even if you were doing 100 damage at a time, you're not going to end up drawing. And here we go, throwing down the Mega Minion, throwing down the Giant. Look how slow these units go. It's so easy to get the Giant up there in front of it. And at this point, I'm able to throw down a poison spell around these tanky units and just walk over the tower. The bowler's not going to care that there are units. He's just going to throw that boulder and just crush the tower. And then at this point, look at him. It's like, yeah, I'll line up there on that bridge. Let me just crush you with my big rock. And at this point, I'm going to start putting some pressure down. I'm just going to disperse it out so he can't catch them all with like a spell or something. And this keeps him on his toes. He's able to push my left side with the miner. But at this point, I feel like I can continue putting pressure on and he won't be able to formulate quite as good of an attack. Look at that Mega Minion just eating that little minion group there. Throwing down my Giant just as defense, just to make it so that he can't sneak something in there. And seal it up. 1 crown to 0. I had low health, but was able to secure that. I felt pretty confident getting his other tower if he managed to snag mine. Alright, jump into a game with Ado. This deck that he's using, if you're going to try challenges, become confident fighting against the Lava Hound decks, because it felt like every other battle was against a Lava Hound air deck. It's just crazy. It's either the deck that I'm using now or the Lava Hound deck. And so that was a little tricky. At this point, I didn't really feel like just pushing against the Lava Hound, which sometimes I do. This time I just pushed the opposite lane. I put the pressure in on the opposite lane. But a lot of times that works, and then sometimes it backfires if they're able to get those units up on the right side as well. I'm going to ignore the Mega Minion over on the left. It's really powerful, but it's not going to be able to deal damage to the tower if it's alone. It's just not tanky enough. And look at how much damage his Poison Spell and his Lava Hound do. They are so powerful as well. I don't have the Lava Hound. I have the option to buy it today, but not really wanting to play with the Lava Hound right now. Is interesting as it seems. I feel like Lava Hound is kind of like Sparky, in that there's a very specific way to beat it. I'm sure every card is like that, but I just feel like theirs is a little bit more one-dimensional. I always just push the opposite lane, and on average, I win more. And so I like decks that can be a little bit more versatile. I just may not play against very versatile Lava Hound decks. They do beat me pretty regularly, and so I'm not saying that it's not a good card. But in this instance, I'm just going to ignore the right side, and I see that I've got this amazing wave pushing against them. Nice play of the Minion Horde here. Definitely going to end up crushing my guys out there. But sacrificing my right tower, that's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and build this unstoppable push. I'm going to do a giant draw on the Mega Minion. Look at it. Pulling those units, kind of stopping some of the damage that's going to be coming against me there. And then, who cares about the Lava Hound, right? Let's just start a push of our own. He's going to throw down for the first time. I believe the first time. I don't think we've seen this yet. He's going to throw down an Inferno Tower. We're going to get a pretty nice zap off there and then throw down our Poison Spell. He's still going to take out our Giant. But look at this. Look at this. We're just going to continue playing. I'm going to throw down my Musketeer because that Miner is going to allow those Lava Pups to really do work. But the Bowler's just going to crush that King Tower. Even if he got that Inferno Tower up, I still feel like it would have just bowled right through it. Got me that 3 crown. Strike. Alright, we're going to jump into a game against, what is this, Merlin Icky, maybe? Merlin Icky? Is it one thing or is it two? I don't know. He's playing kind of a hybrid of the deck that I'm using. Or maybe my deck is the hybrid of the deck he is using. Who knows? He's going to throw down his Mega Minion against my Musketeer. Interesting choice. And then he's going to follow it up with a Prince. I am going to protect the girl. Go ahead and throw down my Giant in front. But his Musketeer and Prince are going to melt it. And my Musketeer cannot get that shot off, and so his Prince is going to come running toward our tower. We're going to go ahead and tank a little bit of damage from the Musketeer, then throw our Mega Minion down. I can talk. Whatever. Definitely struggle with my words making these videos sometimes. I'm going to go ahead and poison that out because I didn't want to waste Elixir, and I didn't really know what kind of a push I wanted to formulate there, so... I don't often find myself poisoning out Elixir collectors because if I'm not pushing that side at the time, the poison is really valuable while your units are in there. And so just the poison by itself I think is good, but I think it's more valuable to use it when your troops are working. Kind of what he's doing to me right now. Even though I was able to get my Poison Spell down, look at this. He's slowing down my tower and any units inside of the Poison Spell, and so it's worth stacks. what do you get a little bit of elixir advantage by playing it on their elixir pump, but play it on 5 units and the tower. Not only are you getting the elixir advantage of hurting those units, but you're also slowing the damage that they're doing to your units as well. So haven't decided yet if poisoning elixir pumps by themselves is even worth it. I think the miner on elixir pumps is pretty good. Look at this, look at this. I literally just pushed through his defense. Doesn't even care. The bowler's just gonna do some work on his king tower there. I'm gonna go ahead. I was going to throw my, you'll see there, I was going to throw down my poison spell there in the middle because I thought, hey, that looked like worth, but then I thought, you know what? Instead, I can get a push going here and then use my poison spell in here. And look at this, while my troops approach, their tower is going to shoot slower against my approaching units. He's going to throw his giant down on the side. Maybe I committed a little bit too much over here on the left side, but I thought maybe with the Ice Spirit I'd be able to slow the giant down enough. He's going to throw down his poison spell and end up taking that tower out. So now I've got these half-damaged units going here. And this is a great opportunity for me to throw down my giant and tank for all of those units. Look at this wave of units. He's going to throw down a poison spell, but Honey Badger doesn't care. He's just going to play into the poison spell. Look at this. The bowlers, they roll their boulder through the units he places to defend and into the tower. So even though he's defending, I'm still doing damage to the tower. It's incredible. It's like magic trample. Incredible. And then in this instance, this might have been a misplay. I don't play against the bowler enough to know not to place my musketeer in front of the king tower there, so the bowler hits the musketeer in the tower, and I was able to take that out. Go ahead and seal this 3-crown victory with a zap spell. I know, cheap way to go, but I'm up high here. You got to get the win. All right, the last game. Guys, this last game was intense. If you're at 11 wins and 2 losses, this game is so intense. Your heart's pounding when you go into it like, man, if I could get this win. Maybe that's why I don't get the wins more. Maybe I need to just be more zen. Who cares if I win or lose, right? Who cares? But then again, I was at the top of my game. Okay, C, D. We're going to jump into this game. I see that I have an elixir pump up, so I'm going to throw down my elixir pump. And then I'm just going to hold back here. I don't see that he's doing anything. I would poison here, and he throws his princess down. So what I was saying before kind of becomes not really all that valid when they throw a princess down with their pump. So I'm able to get a ton of money there. Probably, 4 elixir off of the pump, 3 elixir for the princess, and then damage on the tower. 7 elixir for my 4 elixir spell. Really, really good. I'm going to get this push going, and he throws down a pump, which was an interesting thing to do when you have a full health giant and bowler coming toward your tower. He's going to throw barbarians in front of my bowler, and they're just going to get splattered. My musketeer is going to clean up, the bowler is going to take out the tower with the giant, and then the first tower is down, and I feel really confident that at this point. Little did I know that I was playing against a 3 musketeer deck. So he's going to throw his musketeers down, and I'm going to capitalize on both towers and the elixir pump over on the left, if you notice that, and deal damage to those 2 musketeers. He's going to back them up and tank with that miner. I'm going to try and zap his fire spirits here, but to no avail, and so he gets a ton of damage off here. Really wish I had a little bit more elixir to tank for that Mega Minion. Is it just me, or does the shape on the back of the Mega Minion make it look like he's got a jetpack? Every time I see it, I think he looks like, what was that movie with the... what is it? The Rocketeer. He is the Rocketeer. We got the Musketeer and the Rocketeer. I'm going to go ahead and throw down my giant right in the middle as he plays his 3 musketeers, and this is a perfect time to throw down a poison spell. Damage all of those musketeers. The bowler is going to hit barbarians and musketeers. That bowler is incredible. It's an incredible card. At this point, I thought, you know what, I'm not going to be able to defend that tower, which is a real bummer because once your tower is gone, when you're playing against Royal Giant and musketeers, be it regular musketeers or 3 musketeers, they could drop them right in the middle of your base and deal tons of damage. So I'm going to try and avoid letting him do that. He's going to throw his musketeers down to defend, which was good, but I'm able to throw down the poison spell, hit all of them, slow them down enough, and my push over on the left was strong enough. And check out this push he's got going on the right. I'm going to get my bowler down, and wouldn't it have been awesome to see that bowler throw that boulder down that lane? That would have been awesome. That would have been like a 20 elixir bowl right there. Awesome. Had so much fun in that. When I won, I was giddy. It was incredible. Such an amazing experience. Really love that addition to the game. I used to play Hearthstone, and the arena made me so frustrated. Could never get the 12 wins in the arena, partially because I was not that good of a player of Hearthstone. But this game kind of speaks to me more of my style of a game, and this challenge mode is incredible. It puts everybody at the same card level, unless you're below that, which I'm still below that with my bowler. So I'm really hoping I draw the bowler out of my chest, and I'm going to show you guys the chest opening on the challenge that I just did. So let's open this silver chest to build up the luck. Excuse me. Alright, we didn't get really anything good. I'm going to go ahead and start this gold chest opening. And then let's jump over here. Check out that grand challenge. I'm going to take a snapshot here. Pardon the eyes. Yes. Take a snapshot here. 22,000 gold. And that was for 100 gems. That is an opportunity. That is an opportunity right there. I don't think I will ever, once I have all the legendary cards, I don't think I will ever spend gems on anything but these. And then 1,100 cards. Am I going to get a legendary right now? Let's open this thing up. All right, card number 1, or this is just the gold, 22,000 gold. 8 giants. 107 mortars, 111 Teslas. Hey, maybe they'll like buff the Tesla in the future. Some rage spells. Oh, that's awesome, because now if I get one more rage spell, I could get it up to level 4, which is tournament standard. We're gonna get a bunch of huts, bunch of tombstones. All right, I got tournament standard Dark Prince. Check it out. Bunch of cannons. Yikes. And then, what's our last card? What's our last card? Wow, seriously. Wow. Princess really likes me. This is my 3rd princess. I want variety, guys. Supercell, I want variety. Give me the Ice Wizard, man. Give me the lava, or the Inferno Dragon. I know it's not even out yet, but I can't really complain, though. Got a legendary card from a chest. Awesome experience. Thank you so much for swinging by, checking that out. Hope you learned something. Hope you try the deck out, because it is a lot of fun. And if you don't try it, they're going to walk over you with it, guys. You got to use them to beat them. You use it to beat them. If you can't beat them, join them. Whatever. You understand. Again, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to comment. Leave me a comment. I really enjoy seeing comments. Like the video if you found anything at all helpful. And don't forget to subscribe so you can come back for more Gaming with Bare Hands.